Do y'all know who Tekashi 69 is? I'm almost embarrassed to like know so much about this fucking character, but if you don't know who he is, I guess he calls himself a rapper, but he's got like the rainbow colored hair. He's like a Mexican kid. He's rainbow colored hair, tattoos on his face. But how do I know who he is? I went down the rabbit hole on YouTube one day, and I ran across this video of this shit talking, rainbow colored hair, wearing like, he had a chain that had like Rainbow Bright, the pony, My Little Pony on it. And I asked my kid about it the next day, and he was like, told me all about, this guy was making millions, talking shit, and puts out music and all that stuff. So the next time I was going down a rabbit hole, I delved more into it, and the music he puts out is straight garbage. I mean, there's some of the beats are good, like they start off and you're gonna get like, like some amped up shit, and then he starts fucking yelling, or he ain't rapping, and he just fucking drops N-bombs every fucking verse, and N-word don't rhyme with N-word, so that's not really rapping. But on a side note, when did Mexicans get the okay to drop N-bombs like that? I know they had a meeting back in the day, and Puerto Ricans got the okay, but I didn't know Mexicans did. But anyway, he enlisted like whatever gang was in his neighborhood, or I don't know who they are, but so he starts putting them in his videos and claiming like he's like the leader of this big set of whatever gang they are. I ain't gonna mention all that shit, but and he's like the king of New York, and he's a killer. All my crew is killers, and we're fucking gangsters. So anybody can do that. I could do that right now behind a camera, and it would be just as ridiculous. But then he goes out on Charlemagne on the Breakfast Club, and they confront him because they know it's fucking funny. But he's like, yo, like calling him out, like, what, you think my gangsta ain't legit? I'm the killer with rainbow hair, all this bullshit. And so he gets arrested. He gets in trouble from playing gangster, and he's now looking at 30 years, and he starts telling on everybody. Okay? And all these rappers, like these old school rappers, good rappers, Fat Joe, one of them, one of my favorites, Snoop Dogg and The Game, and these newer guys, Meek Mill. Anyway, these rappers, they start making videos about how he's a snitch and how he ain't no real OG, because real gangsters keep their mouths shut and do their time and do their bid and all this crap. And let me tell you something. First of all, nobody does 30 fucking years if they can get out of it. They will tell 30 fucking, ain't nobody doing 30 years right now because they wouldn't tell on somebody. They doing 30 years because they got told on. You know what I'm saying? They missed the bus on telling on people. They tried to play that, oh, I'm hard, I'm cool. But then they got beaten to the punch. So that's why they're doing 30 years. Nobody does 30 fucking years if they can get out of it. So, on that note, you can talk all the shit you want, but if I'm looking down the barrel of 30 fucking years, I'm telling on everybody. I'm telling on everybody. 30 fucking years? I mean, like, I'll be like, I don't care if you got away with this shit. I'll be like, yo, come on out, dog. They caught us. Yeah, come on out. Don't even try to hide. They caught us. I ain't doing 30. But you ain't got to worry about it because I don't do dirt. So I ain't never going to be in that position. But, so they start coming out and they're talking all this shit, right? So a year goes by. This fool gets out of fucking jail. And I don't know the whole timeline, but 5 days ago, he drops a fucking music video. The most trash fucking lyrics. Good beat. Trash lyrics. And he's talking shit again about, I snitched on everybody, what? You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he's saying. And he even superimposes a fucking cartoon rat on his face. And he's smiling about it. And don't you know he got 64 million fucking views on that bitch in like hours? Like one day, like with them releasing it. And then while he's on Twitter, fucking live stream, he's got 2 million people watching that shit. Do you know how much money he just made off of that? So it proves my point. My prediction that everybody's like, oh, 6ix9ine is done. 6ix9ine. I was like, no, he's not. That goofy motherfucker's gonna get out of jail, drop an album, be number one, and that's exactly what he did. That shit is crazy, yo. And now everybody making videos about like hating on him still, but they don't realize that the people that are wanting to know about this, like, oh, what's going on with 6ix9ine? Oh, Snoop Dogg done says that's getting him more views. He's making more money. Everybody. And if you look at the views on these, like even someone as big as Snoop Dogg, 1.4 million views, which is phenomenal. Phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine what I would do or what I would say if 1.4 million people were listening to what the fuck I had to say. That's a lot of power. But that 1.4 million ain't shit compared to 64 fucking million. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy goes live for like 2-3 minutes and talking shit, and there's 2 million people listening to everything that he says. It's fucking insane. So, while his music is trash and the 6ix9ine character is ridiculous, you got to respect Daniel Hernandez's hustle, man. Like, millions and millions. I just want one of those chains. Just give me the money one of them chains cost. And he just did it by talking shit. Like, it's fucking crazy. So if you don't know who Tekashi 6ix9ine is, do yourself a favor and don't even go investigate it. But if you can't help yourself, get ready, because you're going to be like, oh my God. Like, it'll make you embarrassed for him. But millions and millions of fucking dollars. Where the fuck was YouTube when I was fucking 18, 19 years old?